Greetings, thanks for coming through. I'm Star, of course. This is the Sin Starship Tarot, and this is today's energy for around the 29th of January. Thank you so much for coming through. Your time and energy is definitely appreciated. I know you could have been anywhere else doing anything else, but you decided to spend some time here with me, so I definitely appreciate that. We know now time is fluid, so that means that this message could resonate at any time around the 29th of January, anytime we have this energetic lineup again. Therefore, take what resonates with you, leave what does not. This is a general reading, which means that it's for the masses, it's for the collective. So if you need a personal reading, please be free to reach out to me. Any of my outlets that are listed below, but I really prefer you go to ascendstarship.net and book your readings there. February is coming. We have some February specials that'll be out. So yeah, make sure that you follow me and pay attention for those specials that are coming. But with no further ado, if you are an Aquarian, it's your Earth Day, it's your birthday. Today we celebrate you. And of course, if you know an Aquarian, make sure you show them some love throughout their holiday season, right? It's definitely their holiday. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our energy for today. As stated already, we're still in Aquarius season. We know that when we are speaking about Aquarius, this is that standout energy. This is the change that you've been looking for. If you've been seeking change, this is the time that you actually step into it. January, that Capricorn season, you're trying to figure out exactly how to balance things out, how things are working for you. You're trying to find that structure. You're trying to find what doesn't work for you. And then Aquarius basically excuse me, Aquarius basically comes in and says, hey, you've made the assessment, you see what it is that you need to do. Now it's time for us to evolve. It's time for the changes to take place. It's time for us to change so that we can create the opportunities that we need in life. It's time for the freedom that we crave. A lot of us, it's February, it's love in the air. I feel like this is why Valentine's is in Aquarius season, because Aquarius has that love at first sight, unexpected changes type of energy that comes in. It focuses on individuality, but it also focuses on inventiveness. Like how can we renew? Like how can we rebirth ourselves? Aquarius is the humanitarian, so they care a lot about, or the energy itself. It cares a lot about others and making sure others are well. Joe Biden, this Aquarius season, he is doing things right for the masses, for those that are around him. I don't really get into politics, but when I see certain things, I do speak on them or I call them out. I apologize if politics is not your thing, but we are a coexist, well diverse type of community here, right? So, that is our Aquarius energy for today, or just the season overall. Different days, depending on the energetic lineup, different things about Aquarius actually sticks out. With this moon today being in Leo, this is definitely a day, a time of individuality. And not saying that you stand by yourself or that you're by yourself, is that you focus on what you need in order to build and develop yourself. You structure everyone else, you set everyone else up in the way that is going to be most conducive to you and you evolving, right? So it's this with this Leo moon, the moon itself, it highlights our hidden emotions, our emotional attachments, the phases, the changes that we go through, things that we don't want people to know about us. It's our dark side. It's our it's our access to our duality. So basically, with this, when the moon is basically the sun, because the energy or the planet of Leo is the sun. So when the moon is on the sun, it's basically highlighting all of those things that you are trying to hide. It's asking you to bring those things to the forefront. Look at those things. Why are you hiding those things? Now, if you're hiding those things because those are things that you need not be doing, then it's time for you to shed and let those things go. Um, um, don't focus on your superficial like feelings, you know. Let's not be superficial. If you're not doing good and somebody asks you how you're doing, don't say good. Be honest, because being honest about how it is that you feel helps you get to the good place that you want to feel. Because if I'm feeling sour inside, but I'm always walking around like I'm trying to feel good, then I'm a conundrum to myself. And that's not healthy for personal development. What you know here at Ascend Starship Tarot or Ascend Starship Period, we are all about being able to evolve and be our best, biggest, and brightest self, right? So, um, it's basically it's telling you to be who you are, be honest about who you are, be love yourself, be gentle and compassionate with yourself about who you are. Like, don't beat yourself up, don't allow other people to beat you up either. The moon today, excuse me, the day today is Venus. It's Friday. It's about relationships. It's about attraction. It's about social skills. It's about what are you actually attracting? What are you bringing to yourself? That's what, the moon and the day say together. What are you bringing to yourself? Like, are you bringing luck and fortune? Are you um are you actually bringing in romance? Are you able to reflect romance? Because some of us, we want love, we want a certain type of love, but we're not actually reflecting the certain type of love that we want. So how do you actually get that love? How are you working on that? It's being authentic with yourself, being real with yourself, communicating how you really feel, communicating your personal love language. Um, if you don't know your love language, there is I think you can like Google it and it actually says love language. Um, and or it's your personality type, or it's a personality type and it's a love language. You can Google both of them, and it'll show you. It's a lot of information. It's a lot to read through, but it is definitely it's worth the insight, the personal insight on yourself. When you're able to see your personality on paper, or when you're able to see your love language on paper, and if you're serious about building a relationship, then you should definitely do these type of things with your partner. Um, our chakra for the day is the throat chakra, which is all about being authentic, right? Which is all about being able to speak and communicate your inner truth, who you are. Um, it's about being able to express yourself, not being afraid to express yourself, being your own voice, standing up for yourself. And um, it's honest. It's all about honesty. Because if you have a tendency to have a hard time not to be able to tell the truth, then it's actually this chakra that can be affected. And it's not just your throat chakra. If you have a hard time telling the truth, it's not just your throat chakra. It can definitely be your solar plexus chakra as well, because that is your empowerment, that is your self-worth, that is you knowing that whatever comes out of your mouth, you can stand on it, basically. But with this throat chakra, it's basically being able to talk your talk and walk your walk. Okay. So I definitely hope that resonates with you. If you've made it with me this far and you have not yet, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, tell a friend about Ascend Starship Tarot, share. I don't care. I love it when you share, but I definitely am glad that you made it this far. Let's go ahead and move into our Tarotscope for the day. So our Tarotscope for the day, we know, because this is for the masses, the Tarotscope can tell 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different stories. Okay. um so this is basically what I'm getting here. So we're coming in as a King of Cups. King of Cups. um so I'm showing someone that is definitely a leader, and we know that when it comes to tarot, it's really not gender specific. That's a word that I have a problem with sometimes, especially with these braces. Um, is not it doesn't specify gender. Let's put it that way. Okay. We all do carry the masculine and feminine energy, regardless of our actual gender or sexual preference or how it is that we identify. We all carry it. Okay. So with this King of Cups coming in, this is This is basically saying that there is someone that is very, very liked. People enjoy you, like you're loyal, you're dedicated, you're warm, you're genuine, you are really like easygoing, not really like uptight. Um, Being family oriented, looking over family, having that focus, that structure with that Saturn back there, that's giving us that Capricorn energy. It gives us structure, it gives us um, leadership. It is maybe someone that actually likes to teach, um, doesn't really have a lot of enemies. Um, I said it's giving me that Capricorn energy. You could be dealing with a Capricorn, but of course, this is the King of Cups, so we're dealing with Pisces, Scorpios, Cancers, people of that nature. So I definitely hope that resonates. It could be some of you are actually out here and you are looking for love overall. Whether you are the male or female, like this is the King of Cups coming in for you, or this is you yourself. Now, for some of you, because of the position that this card is in, like you are the person in your family that everyone else depends on for emotional support. You help build others up. You are, um, you're kind of like an emotional, I don't know why stepping stool is coming to mind, because that's really not what it was. It's like people just come to you and they let things go. They are free to be themselves. Like you bring um people's true spirit like out of them. Some of you, you're actually just letting spirit guide you through life. Um, and that creates and that actually, it makes people like gravitate towards you, because they see they basically see the love and the light that's in you. They see your passion. They see that you are um they see that you are, basically just like loving and kind and caring. um this magician, basically here, I really feel like this is overall like a love reading. If you are the male, it's almost like you are trying to create the love or the life that you want. And this magician is basically here saying that you have it. You basically have it all together. You have all the tools that you need in order to be able to create um, create the relationship that you are looking for, or the relationship that you are actually trying to build. Um, with this, um, hmm. So it's almost like emotionally, like you've been through a lot. And what this magician here is basically saying that you are emotionally strong and you can really get through a lot. It's like a lot of the relationships and things that you had in the past, like they really they tested you. They broke you down. Like um they hurt you a lot. Like I'm actually seeing, like when it comes to love, like some of you have had like out of body experiences, like when it comes to love, like you've loved so much, or either you feel like you've been hurt a lot in love. So it leaves you emotional, or like it leaves you um in a shell. But it's like, spirit is basically saying like some of these things that you had to go through in order to see what it was that you really wanted, or what it was that you really needed. It may have been that you were very well, or you are very well afraid to show those emotions. But you have built yourself up emotionally very well, so you can trust your emotions now. Like you can really, um, you can trust your feelings. Like sometimes we just have to learn, and we have to go through things. With that Judgment card being there, it was like, um, it's like your past is like it's like your past is like paying off. It's almost like, I don't want to say you're reaping what you sow, but it's definitely karma. Um, Things from the past being called to the forefront. Um, it is um, it is basically a renewal and a rejuvenation, like when it comes to spirit, or when it comes to relationship, when it comes to even you loving on yourself. Because the thing is, I see this King of Cups, so he is loving, he is warm, and this magician here in this position, it looks like you're really just trying to um, build up your own feelings, and build up your own spirit, like your own confidence. It's like you are releasing and letting go of your own past so that you can actually let love in. um if you are already in a relationship, it's like you are looking at this relationship, because you know what it is that you want. So it's like you're focusing on the different areas of the relationship. Like, am I getting am I getting what I need in this relationship when it comes to fueling my passions, when it comes to um, uh, holding, shaping my emotions? Is this relationship feeding me emotionally? Is it feeding me spiritually? Like, mentally, am I good? Am I stable in this relationship? Like, is my health, is this relationship good for my health? Is this relationship good for my home, for my family? It's like you're going through and you are assessing like all of these things, because you are looking for and focusing on your individuality, like who you are, your own wholeness. And it's like right now, um, we're like looking and searching in different areas for our lives, because we want to be rewarded for the work that we put in. If I'm giving you love, of course I want love back. If I'm putting in hard work, of course I want to see the manifestations of my hard work. It is, for some of you, your love life just wasn't healthy. And this now, this karma card, this magician card, is basically saying that there is new beginnings, new happiness, untapped potential that is here and it's coming in. And it's major. Like when it comes in, it's almost like, not almost like, it's like, um, it comes in quick with this Aquarian energy. You go from potential, which is the magician. Like, this is potential untapped. This is, you have everything that you need in order to get there. And then you go from that all the way to the judgment card. So you've been working, you've already put in the work. And it's like now spirit is here and saying, um like you are, like, now when it comes to love and opportunities, it's like you're clear, you are unbiased, you have a strong mind, and you're fair, because you've been through so lot you've been through so much, you've had so many experiences, and now it's like, I know exactly what it is that I want, or where I'm going. Now, I will tell you this, because you have been through so much, you have been through a lot, because you do have the tools in order to get this love that you're calling in, to get this wholeness that you're calling in. Um, and you're definitely being guided by spirit, but you have to remain open-minded, okay? Now, when I say open-minded, I say you have to have uh, let in forgiveness. You have to have been able to forgive yourself as well as those that have hurt you. You have to be able to accept people for where they are. You have to stop looking at people for their potential. You have to see people where they are. That's where a lot of us, and I'll say mostly women, we fall in love with potential. We have to stop that. Like, if you don't, now potential is one thing, but you have to see somebody working. You have to see the works. You have to see the efforts, not the, oh, well, maybe if he did that, then it could work out this way. No, if you're coming to him or her and they're not already doing that, then you don't put that in them. That's potential. You don't fall in love with potential. Okay. It's also being able to master yourself, knowing what it is that you want and where you're going, and standing in that, not falling off, not oh, because he's cute, it's okay he don't got a car. And I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with having a car, but there's levels to life, you know. Um, but whatever it is that you are looking for, and that might be a little bit superficial, but not really. Because like I said, like there are some of you may think that's superficial, but it's really not. There are levels. There are levels to life. If you listen to Life Jennings, one of the things that he said is don't be a nickel out here looking for a dime. So you definitely have to the energy that you're putting out. That's the energy that you want to put back in, or that's the energy that you want to have put back into you. Um, Find someone that is balanced and as equally yoked as you are, so that you can continue to build and focus on yourself. Because if you have someone and you have to pull them and bring them up with you, then maybe your relationship is not as strong as it can be. And there's nothing wrong with getting in relationships where you help people or where people need help, because we all need help at points in our lives. But you don't want to get in the relationship that brings you out of balance, because you have to focus so much on the relationship and the partner that you're not building yourself. And I think you already know that because you've been through those kind of relationships before with that judgment card being here. But you just want to be careful not to be overly judgmental. Um, like like if you like people that wear Timbs and he wears uh what's ACGs, like things like that. Like, don't be superficial like that. You like, people in polo and he wears Walmart clothes, like, like things like that. Like, just be mindful, because sometimes those simple judgments are what can actually keep you from the love or the life that you're seeking. So if you've made it this far with me, I definitely appreciate it. I'm glad you've gotten this far. Thank you so much for coming through. You could have been anywhere, but you decided to be here with me. Thank you. Now go ahead and hit the bell, because you don't want to miss tomorrow's energy.